Yeah, give me the words and I got the flow. See, I don't gotta write, I got the Holy Ghost. Yeah, that's called a ghost writer. Jeremiah 5:14, that's so fire. Isaiah 14, and when I retire, out of captivity I broke the iron. Who that is coming out of Mount Zion? Woolly hair, looking like a lion. 1,000 men marching with no drums on, no trombone, just boots on.
White people out here just, blind to the history of America just to become a president. Let's read that.
From the Daily Beast, Nikki Haley insists that America's never been a racist country.
Read that again.
Nikki Haley insists that America's never been a racist country.
Never been a racist country. Can we scroll down a little bit and play the video just to see what nonsense she's talking about? Play that.
Good about how their kids are coming up. You look at houses. The average home buyer in America is 49 years old. The American dream's getting away from us. You look at young Americans, they're worried about getting a job. They're worried about being able to afford a home. They see the debt that Trump and Biden put them in, and they're worried about how they're going to pay for it. We owe it to them to get this right.
As you know, a lot of that debt came after the pandemic with former president. But, Governor, I got to ask you, I know you weren't watching the coverage because you told me you had to get right to New Hampshire, but listen to what Joy Reid said of the reason why you lost last night, or came in third. Listen.
The elephant in the room, she's still a brown lady that's got to try to win.
This is what I was like, we are living in the Matrix. We are living in the Matrix. That is a brown-ass, black-ass woman with white woman hair on top of her head. Look like a fool. Look like a buffoon in front of them white people.
She thought that her
TV's
her
actually
wig,
right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She thought that her wig was gonna match her Burberry.
It's a little off. But this is a brown-ass, known as a black woman, saying that this white-ass woman is brown. We live in the Matrix, y'all. Yeah. I'm telling you, black folk will say whatever for money to be politically correct, 100%. Man. Let it play on.
In a party that is deeply anti-immigrant, it's still a challenge. I don't see how she becomes the nominee of that party with Donald Trump still around. I can't picture it happening. Maybe it could happen. Ron DeSantis' only argument for staying in it is he's the white guy.
They ain't got no blonde hair in their head. The black woman got black.
Do you agree with her interpretation of the results?
First of all, Joy Reid lives in a different America than I do. Yes, I'm a brown girl that grew up in a small rural town in South Carolina who became the first female.
What are they talking about?
What brown do y'all see on her besides her hair?
I don't know. Is she Hispanic or something?
No, not at all. Not at all. We're going to get into that, man.
She might be a quarter or pinch of
No, this is the move us, man. Come on, we try to look at the picture, man. Stay with us, y'all.
She a $2 Indian?
We are delusional because that dude on the right, that dude is red and she's a damn light red. How in the hell is she brown? And even the woman in the back, I want y'all pay attention to her as we listen to her. She's a robot. She don't stop smiling the whole time.
They hired her for that position.
They hired her for that right there. But this is the world we live in, where a person that has no pigmentation in their school, in their skin, will say, "I'm a brown person." How?
Cap, that's the new Kamala Harris.
Yeah, that's who it is.
Damn,
that's exactly what it is. Take anything for this right now. Go ahead, let it play.
Minority governor in history who became a UN ambassador and who is now running for president. If that's not the American dream, I don't know what is. You can sit there and give me all the reasons why you think I can't do this. I will continue to defy everybody on why we can do this, and we will get it done.
Are you a racist party? Are you involved in a racist party?
No, we're not a racist country, Brian. We've never been a racist country. Our goal is to make sure that today is better than yesterday. Are we perfect? No.
Listen.
But our goal is to always make sure we try and be more perfect every day that we can. I know I faced racism when I was growing up.
Stop. The caucasity. Wait a minute. Didn't she just say? You can pull us back up.
Yeah. Amazing.
She literally just said America has never been a racist country.
Yeah, listening to her.
But as a kid, she She suffered racism.
Yeah.
Come on now, dog.
Give me Psalms 58. This is why we gotta open our spiritual ears. This is why God tell us don't vote. These dudes is liars. That's why God said, I'll choose who gonna be your
There you
damn
go.
king.
Right.
Because I know because God looks at the inner man instead of the outer. Right? God look at the soul and not on the outside. That's why God, when we was in our own lane, said, I'll choose your king. You won't do that. Not you. But we was rebellious. But give me that Isaiah 58:3. Listen to this. America's never been a racist country, but I faced racism when I was a kid. It don't matter. The math ain't mathing.
You know what she's trying to do? She's trying to appeal to black people and white people. It's both sides of the spectrum. America has never been racist. That's for my white constituents.
So this is what you saying she is. Isaiah 58:3.
Go ahead.
Psalm chapter 58.
Psalm 58:3, yeah.
The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born.
Doing what?
Speaking lies.
Speaking lies. That's exactly what they do. They speak lies. America's never been a racist country, but I face racism. It don't make sense. The math ain't mathing. That's why we got to stick to these scriptures. They speak lies as soon as they be born. And what is their attribute of lying? Read.
Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder.
They are like the what?
The deaf adder.
They are like a serpent. You can't trust their ass. Even when you think they cool, calm, and collected, they will strike at a moment's instant and throw a lie right in your face. Oh, are you involved in a racist party? That was real quick, right? She probably didn't expect that question.
She didn't.
America's never been a racist country. Boom, real quick, just lied right in your face. Stung your ass real quick.
And that deaf adder part too, they don't even notice that the crap that's coming out their mouth is offensive. They don't see it. They don't see. They'll claim to be colored folk, but not knowing that. Wait a minute. What the hell? We see a completely white woman in front of us. Why the hell would you do that?
Yeah.
Right. That don't mean nothing to them. They don't see that what their actions are offense to the other people.
Not at all,
Cap,
man.
This is what the Bible says about them. Psalm 73. Just read verse 8, because all she's just doing, she's trying to appeal to her white constituents and she's trying to appeal to black people.
I don't think she's trying to appeal to black people at all.
It's the show.
I don't think she's trying to appeal. She might be, but I doubt it.
Because black voters, they think they dumb.
Yeah, you're right.
That's pretty much it. They get the black vote, get in office, screw the black people over.
Racism.
I'm brown too, but I burn when I go outside. Go ahead.
All right, read that.
Psalm chapter 73 and verse 8. They are corrupt.
God says, who is more corrupt than politicians? God says they are corrupt. Read.
And speak wickedly concerning oppression.
I'm brown too. I faced oppression.
Yeah.
Oh, America has never been racist. On the other side, read.
They speak loftily.
They speak pridefully. They're going to say anything in order for them to try to get into office.
Hey, real quick, pull up the definition of racism. Real quick, because she said America's never been a racist country. Okay, well, maybe she's right, and we are just jaded because we went through 400 years of slavery, and we still here in the place where they brought us. And maybe we jaded some, and we are biased. So let's look up the definition of racism. Let's pull it up.
She probably is.
Let's see. Go down a little bit. I want a specific one. Maybe dictionary.com. Scroll down. Maybe it might be there. Britannica, whatever. Okay, there we go. Dictionary. Let's read that one because that's what I looked up. So let's see what it says. Go ahead.
Definition of racism: a belief or doctrine that inherent differences among the various human racial groups determine cultural or individual achievement.
So it says it's based on your racial group. That's a form of racism. Okay, remember that. Go ahead.
Usually involving the idea that one's own race is superior and has the right to dominate others, or that a particular racial group is inferior to the other.
That's a form of racism, huh? America never felt that way. No. They never felt like black and Hispanic and Native Indian savages were inferior to them. Never have they ever thought that way. Let's see. Maybe because that right there, that could be labeled of the old days of America's birth in the 1600s, the 1400s when they was here, right? So let's see the second definition of racism. Go ahead.
also called institutional racism, a policy, system of government, etc., that is associated with or originated in such a doctrine and that favors members of the dominant racial or ethnic group or has a neutral effect on their life experiences while discriminating against or harming members of other groups. Ultimately serving to preserve the social status.
Preserving the social status, okay.
Economic advantage or political power of the dominant group.
So definition number one, you can put that with the slave days of America when we was here. It was racism during that time.
Number one.
Okay, number two, the second definition of racism, that is from 1965 on up. The voters' right, that's 1863 on up when we were free. So either way you cut it, racism still falls in this country because they thought that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians were inferior to them. Hell, so much that they called them what? 3/5 of a man in the Constitution. And then when they freed them, blacks had to do what? You went to school over there. We go to school over here. We're going to be separate and unequal. You can't vote. That's institutional racism.
It's the maintenance. It's maintaining what they had established already. Now the change no longer, but listen, we still got the program instituted to maintain our society, our dominance.
Exactly right. Let's play that next video of her trying to, I guess, smooth it over, better explain herself of what she meant. America's never been racist. Go ahead.
Ask you about a comment you made earlier this week. You said that America has, quote, never been a racist country.
When you look at, the Declaration of Independence, it was that, men are created equal. But what I look at it as is I was a brown girl.
Stop it. God damn it, dog. I can't take it.
That was dumb as hell.
No, man, we ain't taking that, man. We ain't living in the Matrix. I was a brown girl. You look at those words across the bottom, and then you look at her face. How, Sway? How?
Look at the chin, Cap. That it has nothing to do
she got
with
the hook
brown
nose.
people. She got the hook nose, the sharp.
That's the wizard. What you call the Wizard of the West?
Yeah,
Wizard of Oz.
Our face
chin
are not
and nose
shaped like that.
She says I was that let you know that they believe black folk, y'all stupid as hell. I can say whatever to y'all and y'all believe it.
Yeah.
She ain't even light skinned.
That's the new Kamala Harris. That's the same thing she was doing.
Right.
And maybe the reason why she's saying that because she identifies as brown.
Oh, okay.
If we
So
start
you're doing that now.
So now you can do a different race.
We're doing that now.
I just identify.
We're gonna talk about that later. So she's a brown girl. Y'all see those words right there, and y'all see that it don't match up. I can see if she can say, I am a immigrant. I can believe that. Okay, all right, I understand that. Okay, you're an immigrant. Okay, y'all come in, everybody different shades. But you can't sit here and tell us I was a brown girl.
I think she's shooting for the black vote. Like
that's
AC
what that
was
is.
saying. That's what that is.
I'm brown
Because
like
that word brown is a trigger word. It's a trigger word. All eyes gonna be on the TV. Oh, she's brown girl.
Oh, look at her. She's brown.
She just got good
That's
hair.
makeup she got on right there, y'all. Any color she got on her face right now is makeup. Now, let it play. I won't stay on this too long. Let it play.
I grew up in a small rural town. We had plenty of racism that we had to deal with. But my parents never said we lived in a racist country. And I'm so thankful they didn't. Because for every brown and black child out there, if you tell them they live or were born in a racist country, you're immediately telling them they don't have a chance. And my parents would always say, you may have challenges. And yes, there will be people who are racist. But that doesn't define what you can do in this country.
I'm confused.
You're talking about the ideals of America. But America was founded institutionally on many racist
Look at the white man.
including slavery.
He's confused,
All
guys.
men are created equal. I think the intent.
Pause it. See, this is what this is how they try to play mind games. They say all man was created equal. they viewed us as property. It wasn't talking about us.
Right.
That's racism.
It was 3/5 of
That Constitution was not made for niggas and Indians that they killed and Hispanics that they enslaved. That Constitution was made for white men.
Y'all seen her face like when Bob tried to ask a question like, Bob, what are you doing? We did not go over this. You went off script. Go back. Show her face
back
a little bit. Just
Let's
go
see.
back just a tiny bit. Just to see how her pupils dilated.
Go back a little bit, man. Y'all going forward.
when he asked this question.
Yeah, right there.
Keep going. Right there.
Play it.
On many racist precepts, including
right there. Bob, what are you doing?
Off script,
You're
Bob.
going off script.
Off script, Bob. If anybody look at that and be like, "Oh, this is a brown woman," y'all are. We gonna put your ass in a psych ward. Real talk. Go ahead, let it play.
But when you look, it said all men are created equal. I think the intent was to do the right thing. Now, did they have to go fix it along the way? Yes, but I don't think
that means it was racist.
Yeah,
then.
what the hell they fixing? What are they fixing?
That's why Bob was confused.
That means the intent of all men being created equal was not pushed forth when they established the country. It was racist.
Hey, you know what that shows? That shows fundamentally what her ancestors did was not wrong.
Right.
That's basically what she's saying.
That's what she's
saying. Wasn't racist. We messed up along the way, but
go ahead, man. Let it play. Let it play. We gotta
the
get through this.
intent was ever that we were going to be a racist country. The intent was everybody was going to be created equally. And as we went through time, they fixed the things that were not all men are created equal. They made sure women became equal too.
Racist.
All of these things happen over time. But I refuse to believe that the premise of when they formed our country was based on the fact that it was a racist country to start with.
Stop it. Now, can you pull up those quotes? Can you pull up those quotes that she said, I refuse to believe the intent that when they created the country was about on racism. Okay, well, let's see what the founding fathers of this country had to say about the stuff back then. Please pull it up. Zoom in on it so everybody can see the people with glasses. We want the old folk to see it too. Please read that. John C. Calhoun.
There never has yet existed a wealthy and civilized society in which one portion of the community did not, in point of fact, live on the labor of the other.
So he's saying never in history, never. It was always slaves, a form of racism everywhere on the face of the earth, right? Can you go to the other quote? Let's zoom in on that. Let's see what Brigham Young, y'all know that college called BYU, where Negroes go? Right. Yeah, that's him. This is the one that created that. Go ahead, read that.
I am a firm believer in slavery.
In what?
In slavery.
Racism. Go ahead.
A strong abolitionist feeling has power over many brethren, and they commence to whisper, I'm afraid it is not right. I know slavery is right.
Hold on, that white man did what?
I know slavery is right.
I'm okay with this racism. Go ahead.
And there should be a law made to have the slaves serve their masters. Because Negroes are not capable of ruling themselves.
That sounds like racism.
Man.
Yeah. And then they named the college after him.
man?
And named the college after him.
There you go.
Negroes can't rule themselves. Know what that sounds like? That's institutional racism.
Right.
Negroes are not capable of ruling themselves. So what she was talking about, every man created equal, that was not the thought of these Edomites back in the day. No, not at all. Let's go to the other ones. Go ahead. It's another one from him.
We must believe in slavery.
We got to do what?
Believe in slavery.
We must believe in it. This is him talking to all the white folk. Remember, they named the college after this dude. He had power. Go ahead.
This colored race have been subjected to severe curses.
He ain't lying about that. So he obviously knew something that white folk didn't know. He's prophesying and didn't even know it. God speaking through him to us right now.
Yes,
so you can believe. So you can believe that we are the Israelites. This white man gonna tell you in so many words. Go ahead.
Which they have in their families, in their classes, and in their various capacities brought upon themselves
by sin.
and until the curse is removed by him who placed it upon them.
I'm telling you, man, he's speaking Bible. That dude must have knew who the black folks and Hispanics was of America. Him who placed it upon them. Go ahead.
They must suffer under its consequences. I am not authorized to remove it.
Right, he's not. Only Christ could do that. But look what he says.
I am a firm believer in slavery.
He wasn't worried about all men created equal. That was not his thought. I think we got one more on that. Go ahead. Let's read what Calhoun said again.
But I take higher ground. I hold that in the present state of civilization, where two races of different origin and distinguished by color and other physical differences as well as intellectual.
Wait a minute, stop right there. That means all men ain't created equal. Right there, what he just said. He said is in civilizations, two races, different origins, distinguished by color and other physical differences. That's not all of us created equal. He did not believe in that. Go ahead.
Are brought together. The relation now existing in the slave-holding states between the two is instead of an evil, a good, a positive good.
He said slavery is a what?
Positive good.
That ain't no all men created equal. That's slavery. That's his speech. Slavery, a positive good. February 6, 1837.
And that's vice president.
That's a vice president.
Yep.
They did not believe in that damn 1776 all men created equal. It was not talking about the slaves and the people they committed genocide against here in Babylon the Great. Give me that in Revelation 18.
Yeah, what you see, he fully embraced his Satanism. That right there, he embraced it. He knew his role. He was the children of the wicked. He knew it.
Exactly.
It wasn't just him alone. Remember, it was a whole nation full of them.
Nation. Revelation 18, I want you to read verse 10 down to 13.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 10.
This is proof that they was not thinking all men created equal. Go ahead. Microphone. Microphone. Checker. Go ahead.
Verse 10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
This is speaking about the end when Babylon, America, is destroyed by nuclear fire, right? Now he's going to tell you how this place got its riches and why it did not believe all men were created equal. Go ahead.
The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and of pearls and fine linen, and purple and silk and scarlet, and all fine wood, and all manner vessels of ivory, and all manner vessels of most precious wood, and of brass and iron and marble, and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves.
And what?
And slaves.
And slaves. Read.
And souls of men.
And what?
Souls of men.
They did not believe in all men was created equal.
Nope. Right.
That was not talking about us. Go ahead, officer.
Cap, she quoting, I guess, one of the founding fathers, I think his name was Thomas Jefferson, about all men being created equal, but he had slaves.
Right.
He was a slave owner.
Yeah.
How you quoting one of the founding fathers of America, which he established with slavery?
Right.
Come on, man.
He had some slaves picking cotton while he was at the White House writing that damn thing down.
Right.
Yeah, put that in there. All men created equal.
Right.
He got slaves at home picking cotton.
Yep.
One of them he's banging and got
banging
kids
up.
by it.
Yep.
I forget what her name was, but he had multiple kids by this slave woman.
It's crazy.
So all you Jeffersons out there might want to check you down. That's all I'm saying. Hey, let's go to that next article on that image that we got about Nikki. Let's see if she believes that she's a brown girl. Man, the internet's something, boy. I'm telling you, Lord made it so we can damn get your ass, Esau.
Especially when you say some stupid shit like that.
Stupid stuff. Go ahead, read that.
From Katie Couric Media. Where is Nikki Haley from? Nimrata Nikki Randhawa Haley.
Who?
Nimrata Nikki Randhawa Haley. better known as Nikki Haley.
Hold on, she dropped all of that Nimrata Wandahawa.
Yeah.
She dropped all of that Nimrata Wandahawa.
None of that curry sounding.
None of that. Better known as Nikki Haley, read.
Was born on January 20th, 1972 in Bamberg, South Carolina. To Ajit Singh.
Who?
Ajit Singh Randhawa.
Randhawa, and who else?
And Raj Kaur Randhawa, who are both immigrants from Punjab, India.
From where?
Punjab, India.
She ain't even white, y'all. She's Elam.
Damn, Kamala Harris.
She's just like Kamala Harris, a little lighter.
Yeah.
But both of them said what?
They were black.
I'm a black brown woman.
Dumb as hell.
Her parents is from Punjab, India, where you know them videos that they've been
With the little
showing.
dot on their head.
The videos of the dude been showing they street cooking. How they
man. With the feet all in the rice.
Yeah, bam. That's where she from.
Put the sauce.
Oh,
That's where she from, man. That's where her parents from. But she was born in South Carolina, and I found out her daddy worked at a HBCU. I think she's a little crazy. She gotta be a little crazy.
He was a teacher.
I think that's what it is. She crazy in her mind. She grew up around black folk in South Carolina. Her daddy taught at a HBCU. Being an Indian because the white folk wouldn't hire him with name Raj. And I think in her mind, she sees herself as black like Kamala Harris now. Go back to it. Where we at? Go ahead.
She has 3 siblings, 2 brothers.
Let's see what they name are.
Midi and
Karan.
And a sister, Simran.
Simran, them straight up Elam names.
Yep,
Now, let's see if she, because y'all looked at her like, that's definitely a white woman. She's actually Elam. So if she said, I'm an immigrant, I would have believed it, okay? But let's see what she thinks in her mind. This is why I said white lies that red minds tell. Why would I say red minds? Pull up the next article. Read that.
From Mother Jones. Indian Nikki Haley says she is white.
Hold on, she said what?
She is white.
She says she's white.
I'm confused.
I'm Caucasian. I'm Caucasian.
I think she started saying that when she changed her name to Nikki.
Yeah.
There you go.
She had to make it fit.
There you go. Let's scroll down on that. Let's see what we got on that. Oh, the main point. Go to the main point of that. We scared. Go ahead.
For the children of immigrants, the road to acceptance in America can be a bumpy one. There will be pain. There will be embarrassment. There will be a relentless, cruel accusations from your brethren that you are assimilating at the expense of your true cultural heritage. And the stories of the children of immigrants who rise to positions of influence and power are especially inspiring, given the challenges before them.
Now let's read this next paragraph.
Not so inspiring, lying about where you're from. Lying about where you're from. Like South Carolina Republican Governor Nikki Haley. The American-born child of Indian parents.
She is straight up East Indian Elam, y'all. Go ahead.
Might have done. The Associated Press reports that in 2001.
So she been living this life for a long time, y'all. Go ahead.
Haley listed her race as white on her voter registration form.
There you go. White lies.
Yeah, she got problems.
That red minds tell.
There you go. She had to assimilate quick.
There you go.
Let me get that in.
But remember though, America's never been a racist country.
What's the point of doing that?
There you go.
Right.
Maccabees 1. Get that for me. Maccabees 1. She got caught up in it.
There you go.
She's like, listen, I got to get it in if I'm going to fit in. Go ahead. First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 41.
First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom.
Greek king, come on.
That all should be one people.
I don't care where you're coming from, but we have power over your nation.
There you go.
We need to be one people. That means that whatever race you say you is or nation you from, listen, you better speak
Throw that out the window.
English. You better throw it out the window. Come on.
And everyone should leave his law.
Leave what?
Leave his law.
Read.
So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king.
We just read one of
There you
one
go.
of the heathens.
The heathen.
Have conformed to Esau's.
Damn.
This is wrong.
She knew she had to let go of whatever belief.
Namrati Randa Hawa.
She had to let go of all of that to make it in politics in America. because she assimilated.
There you go. Now, Uncle Shay Shay, better known as Shannon Sharp, he wasn't gonna let it go with his podcast he got called Nightcap with Chad Johnson, named Chad Ocho Cinco. Let's pull up the article and see what he says. Go ahead.
From Awful Announcing. Shannon Sharp turns tables on Nikki Haley for denying American racism. Then why'd you change your name?
He said, what?
Why'd you change your name?
If the place ain't racist, why'd you change your name, Nikki Haley or Namrata Ronda Hawa? I bet she ain't a Carrie Sis. She damn changed her name.
She wrote a book. She threw away the bells and everything.
Everything. She threw away the Krishna, all of it. Man. If America ain't racist, why'd you throw it away? Change your name. Right. Shannon Sharp called her ass out. That was a good point right there, man.
That's a good point. Even if you said, like she said, it transitioned from a racist and now it's been working on it, then why did you have to change your name?
There you go.
America's not all inclusive, is it?
No, not at all. No. Give me that in Ezekiel 35.
Yeah.
Ezekiel 35, and I want you to read 1 and 2, and then we're going to jump down to verse 5. This is proof that it's always been racism here, and it's not in just the fabric of society. It is in the soul of the man that put genocide on the Israelites here in Babylon the Great. Read it, 35, 1 and 2.
Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 1.
Yep.
Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it.
That is the Edomites. That's where they lived, in the mountains, right? Now let's read verse 5.
Verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
What?
Perpetual hatred.
Perpetual hatred. That means racism. Go ahead.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
So much hatred and racism that they killed the children of Israel no matter where they went on the earth. Even if it was in the east when we was there in Africa, even when they brought us here, they began to shed our blood. Go ahead.
By the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
You know what that means? The time that their iniquity had an end? When racism should have stopped, 1863 or 1865, when racism should have stopped, what did they do? They continued on with the racism. Right. That's where the KKK come from. That's where Jim Crow come from. Convict leasing, black code come from, sharecropping. All of that is forms of racism that has never ended because the perpetual hatred is not just in the society, it is in the souls of these people and will never be done away with. Thus saith the Lord. Bring it up.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word